Yo,
what's good,
what's
man?
good, man?
What's good?
How you
What's
doing, bro?
good?
Got you up early today.
I know,
Yeah.
man.
No, I'm always up this early anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
What's the usual schedule?
Man, I just got a dog recently, so it's kind of been fucked up. But
Nice.
Oh, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
normally I would wake up around like 6, start working at like 6:30, and then I go to a coffee shop. I don't know about you guys, but I just go to a coffee shop from like 6 a.m. to 11 or something. And that's where I do like most of my work for the day. And then I'll come back, eat lunch, and then I work from like 12 p.m. to like 5 p.m. And that's pretty much what I do every day.
And
Yeah.
you
So
do
are
your
you cooking
music
up in the
stuff in the
coffee
coffee shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard people, they're like, oh, like you must just do business work there. But it's funny, like the Wi-Fi doesn't work at the coffee shop. So I only cook up at
That's
the
a good
coffee
hack.
shop. I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah, I literally, like most of my stuff I make with just like my headphones and my laptop, just like at the coffee
Yeah.
shop, just cooking up like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of nice to be in a different like scenery from like your own house.
Yeah.
Just step outside. Yeah. Yeah. I literally
Exactly.
just done the same thing this morning. Just get out of the flat. Just find somewhere nice to cook up, and then come
Yeah,
back.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're cooking something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just easier. Typically, I kind of work and well, I know Ocean, you work with them like in person and shit for videos, but I'm working them like through the internet. So sometimes I'll make an idea for a session musician and I don't get it back for like a week. So I have like two different kinds of like cook up sessions. One was like I'm making ideas for session musicians and I'm not even finishing stuff. And then I send it over to them, and then like I constantly have like new projects coming in, and those are what I'm finishing when it's just like headphones, because I don't need to be playing any instruments or stuff like that because I've already got all the instrumentation done. I'm just like kind of mixing and fixing everything up.
Nice.
But yeah, so
when you put out these loop kits, are the majority of the sounds like replayed by session musicians, or is it a mix?
Yeah, like the recent kits in my loops, I don't use session musicians in like every single one of my loops, but at least for like the kits, like when I'm making the sounds for the kits, they're yeah, for sure. Oh, also, damn, I forgot to turn on my camera. I'll send you guys the actual like good footage. Let me turn this on before I forgot. All right, bet. But yeah, that almost all of it's like session musicians. But
Yeah.
my dog right there. I would say like for 50% of them, I'm like actually like writing like the melody that I want the violin to play, and then with the musicians that I trust or the vocalists that I trust, I just send them something and give them some references of songs I like and just let them do their thing.
Yeah, I guess you've built up a good relationship with a lot of them, right? So at this point, you can just kind of trust them.
There's some of them. Like there's this girl, her name's Paula. She was on both my 21 Savage songs that just dropped. She was on my Future and SZA song. And I don't know if you guys know Ryla Rodriguez, but she was on all 4 of my songs with him that dropped on his last album. So yeah, I don't even give her notes or anything. I'm just like, do your thing. And then yeah, she's crazy.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I would say that's like a huge cheat code for me, like selling kits and like getting placements wise, like using session musicians, because most people aren't willing to spend thousands of dollars every month to like make their loops sound better than everyone else's.
Yeah.
So, and like especially with vocals, I resell those vocals into vocal kits, and everyone uses vocal kits. So that's how I got like one vocal kit got me 2 songs on the Ryla Rodriguez album and 1 song on the 21 Savage album from just like one vocal kit that I dropped with like that I paid the vocalist like probably like $100 to make.
Wow.
Obviously,
Yeah.
I cut her in on the back end and shit.
Yeah.
So is
But
it
yeah,
just
like, she's
literally
crazy.
just the vocal they use, and
Yeah.
that was part of the placement, basically?
Yeah,
Not even like
exactly.
a whole
Like,
loop. Oh, okay.
yeah, so like what, like I'll sell like, so I'll like sit down and I don't even like intentionally make vocal kits. I make vocals for all my loops. So once I've had enough vocals that are just left over, then I just take those and package them up into a kit. So a lot of my stuff, even like my big kits that I'm dropping, a lot of it is just like stuff I'm making anyways, and I just bundle it up. Like I'm working with these session musicians and vocalists anyways. I just like I'm sending the same stuff for placements as I am for selling kits as I am for sending to like type beat producers to collab. Like because I mean, I'm sure you guys know, I wear a lot of hats. Like I don't have the time to be like cooking up exclusive shit for like every single different opportunity I have. So yeah, I just, unless someone's like, yo, I'm in the room with Kanye or Drake or something, like I'm not really cooking.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you that actually. I was wondering it because I know that like a big portion of your success maybe came from like sending out loops to other producers, but then I wasn't sure if you were like cooking up exclusively for people or sending the same loops to each person. But you kind of said that you were sending the same loops. But I was going to ask, have you ever run into issues with that where like the same loop's been placed twice, for example, or I don't know, things can happen with like content ID flagging up, and
so
it can get tricky.
The weird thing that I do is like, unless it's like 21 Savage or Future or someone like huge like that I know the streaming numbers are going to be crazy, I never sell the exclusive. So I do like, I pretty much do these deals where they're sampling me. So it's not like a lease. It's like, it would be like if they sampled like an old Michael Jackson song. They don't own that Michael Jackson song just because they sampled it in their song. But you might have to still credit all those writers as co-producers depending on what the terms. And so whenever it's a smaller placement like that, I just have them clear it as a sample. So like for my Ryla Rodriguez, the same exact vocal was used on a Ryla Rodriguez song as was on the 21 Savage Letter to My Brother that just dropped. But with Rylo, I did a non-exclusive deal. So I still have the right to sell that exclusively to 21 Savage in the future. But I haven't had any problems yet where like I lost a song, like a big song, because like, at least that I know of. Maybe I do have something like that and I just haven't heard the story yet. But but yeah, damn, he's chewing all over the table. All right. He's going crazy. But yeah, I haven't ran into, I feel like a lot of people overthink that, and my mindset, it might get me in trouble later, but my mindset is kind of just like, I'd rather just move quick and fuck it. And if something like fucked up happens, like it'll get figured out. Like I would rather, like I would rather have the problem of like Drake and J. Cole both use the same beat and like they're mad than just like not ever having a song with either, you know? I don't know.
Of
so
course.
I would I like to just figure it out later, because I've learned that just like, unless you're like intentionally stealing people's, like you're sampling shit and saying you didn't sample it and you get in like lawsuits and shit, like I don't know. I feel like I just put my shit out everywhere it can go, and then whatever happens.
And that's the best way to look at it, really. It's kind of like when new producers are thinking about putting the beats online to sell, and they're like, oh, well, I'm not uploading them because people might steal them, or something like that.
I'm just I can demand whatever terms I want. Like, if they were like, no, we don't want to do that, well, I'll pull the song down if you don't do this, and then they'll do the deal. You know what I mean? So sometimes like people will steal your beat, and it's not worth it to chase it down and like try to get your publishing or paid, because it's just not big enough. But if someone steals your beat, like, the way I looked at it is like, if nobody's stealing your stuff, then your stuff probably isn't that good. Like, nobody wants it. Not even for free.
How do you manage to keep a track of everything though? Like, if people are using them, like, I'm guessing most people, like, especially if they're established artists, like their management's just reaching out. But do you use any other tools to keep track of it? Like Identify, for example, that's a site where you can upload your beats or loops, and then it will kind of, you'll use like the content ID method and pick them up on YouTube, for example. Do you use anything like that?
I haven't like myself done that, but I'm signed with BeatStars Publishing, and they have like the same thing. It's called Beat ID, and they'll occasionally they'll ask me for like my top 25 loops or beats or whatever, like the stuff that I think has been used the most, or just like the best stuff, and then they'll run it through their program or whatever, and then it'll spit out like a spreadsheet. Like, I think I have a spreadsheet with like thousands of songs that I need to register, but like some of them have like 10,000 streams, and I just don't feel like hunting down thousands of songs, legal names. I just like the top ones that have like millions of views. I do those right away. But that's one way that I've found some, but I haven't found like a huge placement yet. Like every like big placement I've been hit up about before.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I remember the first video I ever saw of you was the one where you was explaining, I think, how you bought a house through selling beats, and you
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
talking about your process of how you were sending loops to type beat producers and they'll cut you in on the collab. Do
Mhm.
you still focus on type beats and selling beats online that way? And do you think it's too saturated nowadays or too many producers trying to do it since you've put out that video?
I think I don't want to give myself too much credit and say like I created people doing that, because I think I I didn't come up with that idea. I saw other people doing it,
Hmm.
but I definitely think I added to the amount of guys who are doing that. But I myself, I still do it because I make the loops anyways, and I'm sending them out. I might as well send them out to the guys who are on BeatStars and get that money. But consistently over the years, I haven't been focusing on it, so it makes sense. But the income from that has just been going down. But my
Hmm.
other income sources have been going up, so I'm focusing more on those. But I think a lot of people, I feel like it's, I don't know if easier, but I feel like there's a lot more people who are doing pretty decent now with it. Like at the time, like there was months where I was making 30K a month off that. Like I don't think many people are going to be doing that with like BeatStars collab like loop sales anymore.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, never say never, but I feel like it's going to be a lot harder because there was probably just less people doing it, so I was taking up more of like the market share. But now
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
like, I know like there's a couple people I've talked to who like went from making zero to like $8,000 a month doing it, and just like in like 3 months, like they just had to start like sending out to these people, which is
It's
crazy to
crazy.
me.
That's
But yeah,
crazy.
so there's definitely like there's people who are making good money from it, but I don't know anyone who's making like insane money like I was back in like
Hmm.
Yeah.
2021. But also there was like stimulus checks and shit going on then, like everything was going crazy. So
Yeah, for sure.
um yeah.
I think everyone's numbers were inflated during that time period because just everyone was just at home, just had time
Yeah.
to pursue
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
passions, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucked up because of that, because I was new to like making a lot of money then, and my income had been going up every month for I don't know, like 8 months or something. So I thought that it was just like my new baseline and I was going to keep
Hmm.
growing. I didn't realize that it was just because fucking like everyone just had extra money and extra time to spend money. And then I literally like the month it kind of changed and stimulus checks stopped, I moved out to Hawaii and I was renting like a penthouse. It was like $5,000 a month. It was sick. It had like the floor to ceiling windows like in the city, but oh my god, then my income like went down 50% that month, and it was the first time I ever moved out of my parents'
Damn.
house. And
Oh.
yeah, it was yeah, I was stressed as a motherfucker during that time
I
period.
can
But
imagine, man.
Did you have a
yeah.
12-month lease as well,
No, they
or a 6-month?
because I was new to making money, and also because I was self-employed, and I think just because at the time I was 19, they were having trouble like leasing the place out, which is why they even gave me the opportunity to lease the
Right.
place. But they were nervous, like we don't want to do 12 months, like we don't trust you yet, you know what I mean? Like your
Yeah.
income
Yeah.
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 seems kind of like not fishy, but just like shaky. And also like young kid, like I might be partying, trashing the place, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Um, but it ended up being a blessing because like 6 months in, we were like, yo, fuck this shit. Like it's so expensive. Like we don't know anyone here. Like let's just dip, you know? So,
Yeah. Who did you
yeah,
go out there with? Did you just go by yourself or with some other
no,
people?
I brought my, she was my girlfriend then, but my fiance, and then, my best friend, we all went out there.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah,
Nice.
we had a little two
That was a
bedroom out
fun
there.
6 months though.
He's gonna
It
say,
was,
yeah.
it was fun. It was fun. Like, I don't know, but I feel like I was just so stressed about money because my income kept going down while I was out there, and the fucking like not just the rent. The rent was ridiculous. It was $5,000 a month for a 2 bedroom. Like that's not
It's a lot.
that's
That's quite a
crazy.
lot.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
that is
Sounds
quite a
I
lot.
was
mad,
on
yeah.
yeah, it was cool, but yeah, that was expensive. But just like groceries were expensive. Like everything was expensive, and like I'm not sure if any of you guys like live like in the city, but yeah, I love the suburbs. I can't do the city. Like I can't like go to a parking garage to go to the grocery store. Like it's like 30-minute. It's like a mile away, and it's like a hour outing to just like go get some
Yeah,
stuff
just
from
to
the
go get
store in
some
the
bread.
city. I hate it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like
I hear you,
that's
man.
why. Yeah, because we were out there in Hawaii, and then I was just like, we were just like looking around at houses back home in Colorado, and we were like, damn, I could buy like a nice house for less money than I'm paying in rent. For I was like, yeah, like we're moving back. And then like, of course, I got like a new build. So during the time that like we from where we first signed, and then we waited like a year for the house to be built, the interest rates went up, and then I ended up paying more and for the mortgage for this house than the fucking
Man.
whatever. But anyway, at least I own this place. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I would definitely, if I had to go back though, I would definitely like, I would be chiller with the amount of money I'm spending on like housing. Definitely. Like I would, like if I didn't have my fiance and I was just like single making money, I would just be, I'd probably live with my parents till I was like 25, just like stack up like millions of dollars in my bank account. I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like that would be the way to go. Like cause it was crazy back in like 2020 because I had zero living expenses, virtually like zero business expenses other than buying plugins because I wasn't running ads to like kits and like doing all that kind of stuff, or video editing or any of that. I was just like sending loops to big producers.
Yeah.
So I was like saving like 30K a month, like 40K a month. Like, yeah, that was
Crazy.
I would love to be doing those numbers again. That was crazy.
I guess you kind of
So
have to
what's-
go through that just to learn from it, right? Like,
Yeah.
otherwise you
For
don't
sure.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
glad it
So,
happened.
so after oh
What
no,
were you
go
saying?
ahead.
No, you're all good.
No, I was just gonna say. So after you came back from Hawaii and you moved back to Colorado, but your numbers started to go down. What was your next move? Like, how did you bounce back from that?
So we moved back, and then one thing that was nice is like we did get a new build, so like I didn't have to. We lived with our parents. Well, we were living at her dad's house, but kind of like I have my parents are divorced, so I was kind of bouncing between like three houses for that year that it was being built. But that was nice because like I didn't have to I was back to having like almost no living expenses other than just like food or going on dates or whatever. Um, but yeah, so during that time period, I like stacked a lot of money to buy the house. But I also had like I was working like crazy, like 16-hour days, like every day. Like I would go to bed at like midnight and wake up at 5 a.m. to like start working. Like it was rough period of time, but I was working a ton, and by that time I had also started Loop Stash, which is now Sonics, the kit company that I run.
Yeah.
And that started doing good. Well, that started doing good in Hawaii too, but it just kept kind of growing. So I was focused on that, and so that kind of like my income was going down with beats, so I kind of focused more on the kit stuff and like content, and then that started once I dropped the video on like how I made $600,000 selling my beat, like like I went from like 2,000 subscribers to like right away, like a bunch of people were interested in what I was doing. So because I was just putting out like I'm sure you guys did it when you just like turn the camera on for 15 minutes, make a beat in the style of this person, and you just like turn the camera off. You know what I mean? Man, I wish I could still do those and get crazy views. Well, you kind of, I'm sure there's more that go into it than yours, but you kind of do that with yours, right, Jay? Like you just kind of do like loop and beat breakdowns.
Yeah, kind of. I'll just turn the camera on and just cook up, and a lot of the time it is maybe just focused on something that's popping at the moment. Like I don't know, maybe there's a song that's trending or
The
just
hood
what
trap
people are
stuff.
asking for. Yeah, so I do
Yeah.
kind of do that. I try to switch it up like now and again. I'll make it a bit more interesting. But yeah, for the most part, I'm still kind of doing that.
Yeah, that's man. I would love to. I feel like it might be a limiting belief that I have that I can't do that kind of content just because I've been doing like the scripted kind of stuff for so long. But
Yeah.
man, the scripted stuff, like it's a battle to like every week like write a script, and like come up with an idea that's like interesting enough that it like has the potential to get like more than 100,000 views. Like, yeah, it's exhausting for sure.
Yeah.
But there's
But
not
yeah,
a lot of people doing it like that though either. So I guess you were trying to fill that gap, right? Whereas there's a lot of people like doing the like how to make a certain style of beat video. So I guess that's what made your channel stand out.
Yeah, I kind of learned that from Dilly. Do you guys know Dilly?
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen
'cause
this stuff pop up.
Yeah, he was actually the reason I started making a lot of money in the first place, because he lives out by me. And back when I met him, I was making like $800 a month. And he showed me his BeatStar sales. They were like 30 grand in the past 30 days. And I was like, fucking hell. Like,
wow.
Jesus. Like, cause I'd never heard of someone making that money in general. And never, like, definitely not someone that I'm meeting in person, cause I don't live in like LA or Atlanta or any of the big cities like that. So I was just like, fuck, like if this normal ass dude could be like, I gotta be able to do this shit. But anyway, so me and him started working really closely. And then we both started content at around the same time. And then he kind of got obsessed with like learning like how Mr. Beast and all those like big guys do their stuff. So he kind of like taught me all of that stuff. And then I just kind of ran with it. And I've been doing that kind of scripted video style ever since. But yeah,
he's still doing those kind of numbers. Because you said that was a period when people were getting their checks and everything. But
I know
has
that
it changed for him too?
Yeah, everyone that I know, other than everyone that I know that was popping back in like 2020, 2021, their numbers went to, like the only people who I know who have numbers that went up were people who like were not making money and then in 2022 popped off, because obviously like they just they weren't in on the crazy numbers before. But yeah, I would say like I haven't talked to anyone that I was working with really consistently at that time that is making the same amount that they were. I feel like it's just down. I feel like the economy, like people just don't have the money right now, and then also like the stimulus checks aren't there. So yeah, I think that definitely has, I wouldn't say killed it, but it's just like it's not. I think it artificially felt like it was like going up way bigger than it really was, but it was just like a short period where stuff was going crazy.
It's good that it gave you that boost to get to this point now. Even though it might not be like the same numbers, like it still kind of gave you that platform in a way.
I feel like it gave me that platform. That's true. I didn't even think about it like that, but also like it's something that I'm trying to work on, like not doing, but I feel like a lot of times I kind of like base my self-worth off of like how my sales are doing that month. Like if my sales are low that month, it's like, yo, like I'm a fucking failure. Like this shit's never going to work. Or you know what I mean?
I feel
like,
natural,
for sure.
Yeah. Whenever stuff was kind of going down, I was just like I already thought of myself as like I'm a guy who makes more than 30K a month. I have to figure out a way to keep doing this. So I feel like I was just like obsessed with like staying there, to where like I actually did, like I figured out ways to get creative and somehow stay there even when things were going down on like my main income source and stuff. So I think that helped me, but there are times where I'm like, yo, like I need to chill. Like, you know what I mean? Like last month I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you guys dropped new products at all, but my kit sales were fucking terrible last month in January. But also, I just realized one of my big kits, the launch page for it, somehow when we were editing it for the sale, me and Ryan, for like the holiday sale, we deleted the purchase button. So I've been running ads on this page that you can't even purchase something.
Fuck.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
like
a painful mistake.
That is grim.
Yeah. But I turned the purchase button back on, and then all of a sudden the ads started working again. So hopefully it'll turn around this month. Yeah.
That's crazy,
man.
I think a lot of people had the same. I think from speaking with like Ryan and those guys, because obviously they manage a lot of people's websites, and they say it's like cause sometimes like if I have a month that's worse than a different month, I'm like similar to you. I'm like, fuck man, what am I doing wrong? Like, is everything going to shit? But then I speak to them and they say, nah, it's like everyone this month. It must just be like
it's just waves.
I don't know. Maybe it's like a seasonal thing with producers, or
I
Who
don't
knows
know.
what could happen? Like a shift in the economy, like anything could happen. But
Yeah.
I definitely feel you there. Like, but that's the same with like YouTube numbers as well. Sometimes if your YouTube channel isn't growing at the same rate
Yeah.
as it was the previous month, again you question all your content and you're thinking, man, I need to step it up. Are people not liking me anymore? Like everything runs through your head,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think
And
that's
then you do
natural.
one video that does well and you're like, oh, I'm back. Like this is
Yeah.
exactly what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
This
And
is
then the next
fucking-
one, and then the next
Yeah.
one tanks. You're like, oh fuck, back
Yeah,
to square
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fucking
No.
worst though when you're on a streak of like 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 on the like the upload shit. It's like, oh fuck, bro.
Bro.
Like what like what am I doing wrong? Especially when it's like the
Question
same
everything.
video format that has like done well over and over in the past and it's like flopping this time. It just doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense. But yeah, it's a grind. But yeah, if I feel like you just keep pushing and keep doing it for long enough, like you keep
Yeah,
growing
definitely.
like long term. It's just like
Yeah.
it's easy to get caught up in like the month to month, like oh these past 2 months haven't been as
Yeah.
good as I want them to be. But then like what is the quote? It's like overestimate what you can do in a day, but not or like underestimate what you do in a year, some shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I guess it's good that we're even like thinking that because like if we're worried that stuff's going down, then I guess it's kind of maybe in a stressful way, but it's kind of motivating us to still try and switch up, keep things fresh. Whereas if like
Yeah,
we were just
stops you
like, oh,
getting
fuck it,
comfortable.
yeah,
Yeah.
or if you're just thinking like, oh fuck it, like I'm just gonna leave it now, I'm just gonna take a break, then that's gonna make it even worse.
Yeah.
So it's good
Yeah.
that we're kind of anxious about it or constantly and always thinking about it, but at the same time it's stressful.
Yeah, it's I'm looking. I don't know what my like long term. I don't know if I want to keep doing content like forever, just because I feel like I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I don't even really think of myself as like a content creator or like a YouTuber. I feel like I just like started doing YouTube. I started doing YouTube to sell more kits, and then I kind of like realized that I was actually helping people like later on, and I was like, okay, like I'm not just doing it just to like promote a kit in every video anymore. But
Yeah,
like I feel like long term, I just want to like if I think of like my perfect scenario, I would want my like sound kit company to run itself pretty much to where like I don't have to be making all the products, doing the ads, promoting them on my channel, all this kind of stuff. And that's like making me a stable income. And then with the rest of the time, I can just like make music and fucking try to get on Drake albums and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It just seems
yeah.
yeah.
I hear you
But
on that
You
one.
want to do a lot more in-person sessions? Like, is that one of your goals?
I'm kind of weird. Like I really don't go in person. But like I feel like it's just because well, there's no one here anyways where I live.
Yeah.
But like I never
The way
take
how you've
trips
got it
'cause I'm-
going now, though, it seems like, honestly, like looking from the outside in, being able to be in your home, be in Colorado, and get placements with the biggest artists, that seems like the
Yeah.
biggest win you could have.
Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
that's
You know
what I was
what I
about
mean?
to say. Like I get opportunities all the time to go out to like even like full expense like paid trips to like I kind of regret not going to this one, not or like looking back, but like they're offering me to go to Sweden for like a publishing camp, like completely paid, like flights, everything, hotel.
Yeah.
And I just said no because I was like, no, like I want to like I don't have time. I have to like keep working on the videos and this shit and
Yeah.
all that. But yeah, like I feel like the people who I look at least on the industry side of things, who I look up to, who I want to be like, is like Des Wright, Q Beats, OZ. Like all these guys are not hustling in sessions and like staying out till 3 a.m. Like they're just in their house in Germany or well, Des is in Atlanta, but they're just in their house cooking up.
Yeah.
I'm really, really fascinated by those guys as well because I have no idea how it's done. Do you know what I mean? Like, how do you stay in Switzerland but get diamond records with Drake? Like, it seems like so counterproductive to everything we know, right? You're told
Yeah.
you need to move to LA or you need to be in London. I was in London. I mean, I'm from London, but I mean, like, I stayed in London for a long time based on this kind of belief. Like, if I'm not in London, then how the fuck am I going to get placements? I have to be in the sessions to kind of get placements. That was kind of my mindset for a long time. But yeah, I'm personally fascinated. Like, how do they pull it off, and how do you pull it off? Like, how do you get on
I
big
feel
records
like-
from staying home?
Bro, it's gonna sound really weird. my strategy, like one of my goals for this year is kind of ambitious. I want to get 52 placements, so a placement a week.
Wow.
Damn.
And I mean, last year I got like 35, so I mean it's still a big increase. But my strategy to get all those placements has nothing to do with like networking with industry guys or anything. It's to put out more kits and like get bigger on social media to get more people to buy the kits. Because like almost all my big records come from someone buying a kit who has the connection and they get the beat, or someone buys a kit, posts a type beat, and then the artist finds a type beat that blows up on YouTube and then gets on it. Like I have, well, a ton of unreleased songs, but 3 released songs with Lil TJ, and every single one of them was some YouTube type beat that used my loop. Like, so
crazy.
Almost, and like the one of the songs on the 21 Savage album, I didn't do anything to get that place. They just bought my vocal. They didn't even buy my vocal kit. They pirated it. They pirated my vocal kit and got me a placement on the Rilo album and the 21 Savage album, which is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So I feel like I've
Take
kind of
that trade
talked
any
about
day.
this. Yeah, I've kind of talked about this in other videos, but I feel like I'm like, when you're making beats, you're making like not the finished product, because the finished product be a song, but you're making like more of a finished product, so you're kind of limited to like where can you put the beat and like whose hands can you get the beat in. But when you're making loops, it's like a step down. Like you're making more like the source material. Like there could be 1,000 beats made with that one loop that you made. And then if you go even a step down, like live violin phrases, vocal phrases, stuff like that, then it's like now there could be 1,000 loops that get sent to 1,000 different producers each. It's just like it's like a numbers game. Like there's no way that I don't get placements when like tens of thousands of producers short are using my stuff. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Of course.
that's kind of my strategy. Like I don't know if I just keep getting lucky and that's the only reason I've been getting these placements. But I feel like it's just because there's just so many people getting my stuff, and also my kits aren't royalty free, so they're like royalty free for like online beat leasing and stuff. But I've seen like what the publishing bag looks like for, like I would say I have like a decent sized catalog. Like I don't have a fucking multi-platinum single. Like I don't have like crazy streams that are like insane. But I've been like consistently making like $10,000 a month off like the placements that I do have. And then like sometimes you see the big names and it's like you would think I'm making way more than that. But then you also have to think about like some of those placements have 5 producers on the beat, so I'm getting like 10% publishing. Like so yeah, if I was getting 50% like OZ does on some of his like Tusi Slide, he did the whole thing. Like, oh my God, like yeah, you're making crazy money.
Life-changing money.
Yeah.
Do you normally get a cut of the master side as well?
Yeah. So typically, well, let's just say, I would say my typical placement is like me, another drum guy, and then like a vocalist that I worked with the loop on. So typically the advance always just depends on who the artist is and what their budget is.
Of course.
But for publishing, it's normally 25 to the drum guy and then 25 to me, but I split off 5% to the vocalist. So it's 5 to the vocalist, 20 to me, and 25 to the drum guy. And then for the master, typically looking at like 2 to 4%, 2 to 4 points on the master side, split between the producers equally normally.
That's right.
Yeah.
Still solid though, because I mean, you saying that 10K a month isn't like big numbers, but that's a lot, man. That's life changing.
And
I mean,
I know
it can definitely add up even more. But like the more you keep stacking these
placements.
Yeah, that's what's amazing. That's why I guess like in my mind, the saying that 10K isn't a lot, it's not because I'm making like fucking insane money. It's just like on my kit store, I might sell 40,000 like in total sales. So in my mind, like just looking, well, actually, like the publishing is all profit. So even if I make, you see the dog, he's going.
Yeah,
he wants to be in.
He's trying to get the limelight.
Set him up another camera.
No,
he normally goes down and sleeps, but yeah, he's going crazy today. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. But what what I was gonna say is like that 10K a month, it doesn't seem big compared to like the other numbers that the e-commerce are doing, but I get excited about it because I know that like I'm gonna like if I got 30 placements last year, I'm barely even collecting on any of those yet because it's delayed.
Mhm.
So if I'm making that off my like 2022 songs, and then all those songs are gonna come in and start making me money this year, like 30 songs that are big, and then this year if I get 50 songs, if that's my goal, like, and just every year, like, and then the songs from 2022 are still making money in 2026, like, it's amazing because it's like completely like right now it's kind of the only thing that sucks about it is like you can't just like draw out money like any day you want, like whenever you do have money in the balance, it's like sometimes you got to wait a month for it to hit your bank. So it would definitely be stressful to live off the publishing money just for that, like just not knowing when the money's actually going to come in. But like I could stop everything right now and I could probably live the same lifestyle I'm doing just off like the publishing from my previous stuff for like at least like 6 months or so. So that's not like it definitely, whenever there's months where I spend a lot of money on the business and like I'm not profiting, that whenever that pub check comes in, it fucking saves my life. Like, oh shit, fucking pay my mortgage real quick. Like, yeah. So I would definitely say like I think long term publishing might be my biggest income, like in like 10 years type shit, if I get like some crazy hits. So it's definitely.
And also,
what were you say?
I was just thinking as well, like, let's say you treated your publishing like a business or something, right? And you're just stacking these placements. You can eventually sell your catalog and almost like a business exit for like a big bag.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I could. Yeah, so I could do that, and then I've thought about. Well, yeah, I could sell the catalog like completely, or I'm not in a co-pub deal, so I didn't like get an advance. I'm just in an admin deal. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's just like they just get a fee for collecting, but they don't own anything. So that's what the BeatStars pub does, and honestly, I'd recommend that for like almost everyone. But I feel like for us, especially like if you're gonna do a publishing deal, because it's like we're already making a living off of this shit, so like why would you give up your ownership like for a bag that you're gonna make in like a year anyway? Like, I don't know, that's just kind of my mindset with it. But
what do they collect? Is it 10%?
No, they take 20%, so it's like 20%. But the BeatStars publishing one, at least it's a year-to-year deal, so if in a year I got like 5 songs on the next Drake album and I'm getting offers for like $3 million, I'm not stuck in this deal and I can't get that money. But sometimes I've thought about like, damn, I know like if I think long term it still doesn't make the most financial sense, but I'm like, I could just sign like a co-pub deal for like $1 million, pay my house off in cash, and just like literally never have to worry about like paying mortgage or rent ever again, and just like that would take so much stress off. But but I don't know, I probably still won't do it.
So do they operate kind of like Song Trust then?
I
don't know if you're familiar with them.
I haven't ever like actually used them, so I don't know for sure, but I've heard some of the BeatStars publishing guys say that they were like their competitors. So yeah, I assume that they're pretty much
that's who I use. Obviously, I don't have like crazy placements out there, but I use Song Trust. But I think with Song Trust, obviously you can you register the songs yourself, but it doesn't really feel like anyone's there to kind of help you, if that makes sense. Like I'm guessing with BeatStars,
I would move
you actually
to
have people
like,
there to back you.
I'm lucky. They don't do this for every single like cool, obviously, because they have a shit ton of people who are. It's not just like a invite only kind of thing. Yeah. But I have a free lawyer and like 2 free managers that I haven't had to sign paperwork or anything with, and they help me with every single placement. I don't give them a percentage of my advance. I don't pay them like because they're on salary from BeatStars. So I literally like I don't pay anything, and they help me with like all my placements. If I didn't have that would be it would be a fucking nightmare, because I get I get so many placements, like my email, like the email threads in my fucking inbox are just fucking crazy. Like I can't keep track of them now. I can't imagine if I had to like also pay $500 every time I got a placement for my lawyer to look at it.
Yeah,
that would be be a big expense for sure. But yeah, like BeatStars, they're super super dope with that. But I heard you say like you don't have a lot of big placements, but one thing that I think is a misconception is like you have to have a ton of big names and shit to like make good money on publishing. But if you well, I know your kits are royalty free though, right? So if people have used your loops,
they're like similar to you. They're like royalty free for like BeatStars purposes, but for major placements, they're not.
Bro, I mean, you have so many subscribers and so many people have gotten your kits. You probably have so many songs out there that like are with some fucking random artists from Germany that you've never heard of that have like 10 million streams. Like that could be like a couple $1,000, and then if you find 10 of those, like it is good money. So the big misconception is like you have to get these huge records, but if you just have a catalog of songs, even if they're like 400,000 streams, 100,000, million here, 2 million there, like, and you have like hundreds of those registered, it goes crazy, and it's so weird. I have songs that have millions of streams that have made me like $100 or something, and then I have songs with like 200,000 streams that some I don't know how, but I've made like $3,000, $4,000 off of. So like it's kind of weird, but and it all depends. I don't know exactly how it works. Music drops, so like 10:05 p.m. registering it on the publishing right away because it adds up for sure, and I just like every new song that comes in just keep adding up. So I think it's definitely something that
no, it sounds like a good service from BeatStars, because even like with Song Trust, you can register the song, but then it gets tricky if, let's say, an artist has used that loop, or a producer's used that loop, and then it's got placed, and they haven't told you anything about it, and then they also haven't left the space. You know, when they register it on their side, they're supposed to leave the space for you to claim, aren't they? But they don't do that. They just register it for like 100%. Yep. So then if you register it on Song Trust, for example, then it's like there isn't that space for you to claim. I guess that's why BeatStars are taking a bit more percentage, because they actually have the people there to kind of back you and get that for you.
I think also the reason that they're taking that is, well, I think for a pub admin deal, I think 20% is standard for like a big major label, and like they're in partnership with Sony. So technically I'm signed to Sony and BeatStars, so they split that 20%, like 10% each or something.
Right.
But like I get paid through Sony's portal, not Beats. So like,
okay.
Whenever you register with the BeatStars Publishing, you automatically get a Sony account. But yeah, like I've been invited to all the Sony events and shit, and like I go to all the writer camps for Sony and all that. So, it's like obviously they don't.
Have you found those to be useful?
Well, the first one I went to was like for pop. And I really like I don't make like I was meeting people who were like Justin Bieber's manager and shit, and I was like, dude, like I don't have any, like, looking back, someone said it to me, they're like, bro, you could have just like posted on your story that you need fucking pop guitar loops, and then like had someone else like you could have like just looking back, I was like, fuck, like I could have done that shit, but I feel like I was just like, man, like these like they have no idea what kind of music I'm making or any of that shit. I've got some little placements out of like those but I don't know. For me, I've done them a couple times, but I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like most of the people that I meet there, not in an arrogant way, but I feel like I'm doing more than them, or I feel like I can network with them on Instagram. Like I'm just like, I get offered to go on these trips all the time, and I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I would just rather be at my house doing my thing.
Yeah, I guess you're most effective playing your game right, just like doing your thing from your house and the internet game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like whenever I go out, I kind of feel not out of place, like I don't like deserve or belong there. It's just like I feel like I'm wasting time. Like I feel like, because I don't know, you guys probably know from like in person, it's just like, oh, let's smoke. Oh, let's go fucking DoorDash food, and then all of a sudden it's been like 3 hours. You guys even started.
It takes up like the whole day sometimes, and got no time to open your own laptop and take care of your own stuff. You just kind of
I mean,
trying to be
that's
there.
the thing. Me and LLB, we focused on trying to get placements last year for the most of it, but we wasn't playing the loop game. We was doing mainly just like in-person sessions and that, and we did do a lot. and it was good in the terms of like we learned how to be better producers and stuff like that, and we got a ton of songs out of it. But at the same time, you know, you're spending like anywhere from like 3 to 8 hours with one person. In 3 to 8 hours, we probably could have knocked out like what 5 loops, sent 5 loops to 50 producers, maybe have a better shot in terms of numbers.
Yeah, because it sounds kind of fucked up. I don't ever think of it in a way like I'm using the drum guys, but it's just like I have way more leverage because I can access 100 of those guys who are actually going in the rooms with these big artists and like making the plays and stuff, and I gain access to the work that they're doing all at the same time. Like there's just, I feel like the odds are just way better.
Like one click of a button, that's it. You've expanded your reach by 100 times.
Yeah. The one thing I would say though, if you want to like build your industry connections, but you don't want to be that guy who's like hustling sessions in LA and all that stuff, I feel like an occasional trip out to those cities is good to meet people face to face. Because that, even just like meeting once face to face, or even if you can't do face to face, even just like a FaceTime call and just like actually like talking to them like face to face for like an hour or something, I feel like it's just way, like if you text them to send them loops, like it's just way more likely that they're gonna respond to you because they feel like they know you. You know what I mean? So I would say that's that. Like there's one guy I met at one of the Sony camps. His name, I don't know if you guys know him. His name is Boogs the Beast. He did every single song on Jesus is King, on Donda 2. He's like Kanye's like right hand guy. And I had a song with Jermaine Dupri, and he commented on it, and I like replied to his comment. It was like, you check DM or whatever. So I started sending him samples like that, but like he wasn't really replying. But then I saw him in person. I was like, oh shit, that's that dude. I saw him at the camp, and then I like was like, yo, I've been sending you. And he's like, oh yeah, I remember. And now like every week I'm talking to this guy working on stuff. So
I guess people want that personal connection, don't they? They want that human interaction, because everyone's DMs just get flooded.
Yeah. Otherwise I'm just like I'm just another guy sending him Dropbox folders. Like, why do I go there? But then it's like, I meet you in person. I see you're actually cool, and like we had a good conversation. Then, send me stuff, and So that's just kind of how I would look at it. Like me personally, I would just take like periodical trips out to whatever city, but like I would make sure that you have like stuff lined up. Like you're actually going to meet a bunch of people when you're out there. But yeah, I would say that's the way to go if you want to stay like at home too.
Yeah, that makes sense. What would you say are some other good practices for producers that might not have the money to spend on ads to like push the kits, but even good practices for like sending loops out to other people, like how they should DM people, like should they send Dropbox links, MP3 files, like, I'm sure you get those questions a lot from other producers.
Yeah, so I feel like in a way I'm kind of I don't know, spoiled, but like I don't have to do much to get a reply from most like producers I want to work with now, because it's like I've built up my reputation. Like a lot of time, like even when I went to the Sony camp and I would like go up to like I went up to Dunk Rock, the dude who did Fuck You Mean by Gunna, and I was like, because I recognized him, and I was like, oh damn, like whatever, I'm copying a good. And he's like, oh yeah, I watch all your videos. I'm like, damn, like this really, like you just recognize me. And like it was even weirder. I got recognized in public at a restaurant that I'm sure you guys, like in the UK, you probably have a bunch of UK. Have you ever been recognized in public?
Yeah.
Times. It's fucking so
it's crazy
weird.
feeling.
Yeah, they're like, do you do music? I was like, yeah. And he's like, are you Kavi? I was like, what the fuck? Like, yeah. He was my waiter. It was so weird. Yeah, every time we go back to that restaurant now, I'm like, oh my god, please don't fucking. He asked me
when we were in Cyprus. You remember when?
Oh my god,
we all went to Cyprus, and there was like me, Chucky, Ocean, LLB, literally like everyone there. And then some guy recognized us there. So imagine that guy. He spotted everyone at the same time.
All at one table.
That's in Cyprus. That was crazy.
Yeah, that's
on the last night as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The last night.
Yeah, you guys were going crazy there for a while. UK gang fucking just flying all over the country and shit.
I know, yeah, we
Like,
did a lot of trips, didn't we? Then we didn't really do. Did we do any last year?
We did
Not
Europe
last
like
year,
right at
but-
the start of the year.
Oh yeah,
but, like,
yeah,
that's
true.
right,
Right
yeah.
in the beginning.
yeah. But
We want to
before
do
that
a
was-
US one. I feel like we need to
Yeah.
do a US one at some point.
yeah, that
Yeah.
the US is. I always love hearing what the European guys think about the US. They either fucking or like the food, they either love it, they're like, yo, it's fucking terrible. Like the fuck is this shit? Have you guys ever
It
been
tastes
to US?
amazing. It tastes amazing, but it puts you to sleep, bro. McDonald's,
that's how I felt.
man,
It's
kills
hard, I
you.
feel like it's hard to eat healthy over there.
Yeah.
That's what I struggled with.
I love going to like I've been to Italy, Sweden, Croatia, bro. The food over there is so like everything's just so much better. Like, and like there's even like people who are well, they have to be like gluten free, like they have celiacs here or whatever. They can't eat bread here. Whenever they go to Europe, they can eat bread just fine, and there's nothing wrong. But if they eat bread here, like it's all fucked up. So yeah,
because
you guys just
I
have
feel
way-
like there's
way
less
healthier shit.
there's less regulations in your food, right? Like there's a lot
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
E numbers and chemicals and shit like that.
It's fucking terrible. But luckily, my girl, she's one of those like she's obsessed with like eating like all natural like whole. So I don't even have to think about like what she just knows all that shit. So we've been eating all like the fuck. I mean, the grocery bill has definitely gone up. Fucking buying these
Yeah.
$10 bags of chips and fucking bullshit. But
That's what makes you
but
operate
yeah.
for the day, though, isn't it? So
Yeah.
it's worth it,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, that's
fuck
it.
Yeah, but as far as you were asking about best practices for producers, right?
Yeah.
So for sending stuff, I've seen some like cheeky little methods that people have been using that kind of work is like tagging a big producer you want to work with in your story with like a loop you made for him or something for like people who like sometimes that shit works because it's like I feel like if you guys got a DM like, yo, let me send you loops or like whatever it is, like you're probably ignoring it. But if someone like mentions you in their story, you might click it, you know. And then if it's
Yeah.
actually fire, then you might be like, oh shit, send that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like my friend Sim, I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's worked with Future, Lil Baby, Lil Durk, Gunna. He got locked in with ATL Jacob by doing that. He posted on his story every day, like at Future, at ATL Jacob. And then one day Jacob responded and was like, send the stems or whatever. And then he got signed to him and went fucking crazy. So
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, there's and like well, this one he kind of had like a cheat code a bit. So me and my boy Geo6, we did Equal Dirt by Rolo Rodriguez, and he just posted something on his story and tagged Rilo or something. It was like a video of Equal Dirt and was like at Rilo or whatever, like I produced this or co-produced this, let's get more in. And then Rilo just like texted him his phone number. So like it does work, like just tagging people or stuff like that. But and then also like I don't know if you guys watched this one video I did with Nick Dean. Do you know who he is? He's
Yeah.
He's dope.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that the
from Austria,
artist?
right?
No, he's a loop maker. He
Okay.
did he was just on Utopia.
Oh wait, I do know who you mean. My bad.
Yeah,
Just getting
he's
confused,
from
but yeah.
where is he from?
Is he from Austria?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
He's cool as fuck. But yeah, he was telling me the story about how he got in contact and started working with Boy Wonder, and he bought him like he knew he liked fashion, so he bought him a custom like Louis Vuitton jacket and sent it to him like for nothing in like a custom box that was like wooden that had like Boy Wonder engraved on it and shit. Like, and then like now he's able to like send loops and work with Boy Wonder. So I've kind of thought about not even just Boy Wonder, but like producers of that like level. I've thought about DMing him and just being like, I'll send you $10,000 to listen to my loop or like something crazy. Cause I feel like even though they got fucking crazy money, like if someone offers
money
you $10,000
talks at the end of the day, doesn't it?
Yeah. If someone, like if someone even DM'd you guys, like, I'll send you $1,000 to listen to like 3 of my beats. You'd be like, yo, like,
Yeah.
honestly, I would feel guilty taking that money. I feel like I'd listen after like seeing the message and be like, oh, you don't need to pay me, bro. But like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
$10,000, like I feel like, and then if my stuff is actually good, like I'm confident my stuff is good enough that he would actually want to lock in with me,
Yeah.
then essentially pay $10,000 for like the best Drake Connect that you could have. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I've thought about doing something
guess,
like
yeah.
that before, but
It's a good idea. Yeah.
yeah, I've also seen like Boy One to actually reply to my story whenever I put a video out like about him. So you could do that too, like make a tutorial video about, or like OZ has, I think he reposted Loner's video or something like that. So
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
like these big guys are on YouTube. Like sometimes I feel like it's easy to forget that they're producers like
human.
us too. Like they get
Yeah.
the same content that we get recommended to us. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's happened with artists before. Actually, when I've posted stuff on Instagram of like making a beat for a certain type of artist,
Yeah.
I've like tagged them in it, and they've replied to me saying, "Yo, send me this beat."
yeah,
So it can
yeah,
work.
yeah. So that, and then, but honestly, I would say the best thing that you could do, is like build your brand with short form content is like the easiest fucking way that you could get started. I think like the amount of people I'm seeing like pop off with that shit is fucking crazy. Like just like playing a loop they made, bobbing their head, faking playing it on the piano. You know what I mean? Like the Nico Barron type shit. Like, I mean, he got the Drake follow, he got Kanye West song out of that, he got Bad Bunny song off of that, the Rilo and Lil Yachty song off of that. Like, it's fucking crazy. And on top of that, which I don't think he's or maybe he might be monetizing like the audience, but like, I mean, he's built like a huge fucking brand for himself. Like that he could go sell kits or like go crazy doing what we're doing and fucking sell like shit ton of kits. So I would say like building your brand is definitely the best thing. Cause it's like, I can take right now, like if I decided I wanted to only focus on any of the lanes, like I want to be content guy and get like sponsorships and shit, or I want to only do placements, or I only want to sell kits, like because I've built up my platform, I can kind of go towards any one of those ones that I want, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
so I think the best thing to do is like build your platform and then let people and like work come to you instead of like trying so hard to like chase stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just kind of been my mindset.
No, that makes sense, man. I think that's what it all boils down to, really. Like just having leverage and actually having something to offer. You're just going to increase your chances of even just getting a response from someone. Like I'm sure you do it as well. Like if someone DMs you, and I know followers shouldn't be like a full metric on like you shouldn't really base just stuff on followers, right? But if someone messages you and they've got like 100 followers, and then someone messages you with 20,000 followers, you're going to be like, oh, let me check out this guy. Who's this? He must be doing something. Like
exactly.
That's just how it is. It's just natural
all the time. Or like even though they did the update where you can just buy the blue check, like still like mentally, like I see a blue check, I'm like, oh wait, what does this guy want? And then like I don't know if it's just me. I get these like random people that don't even like. At least it doesn't look like they make beats. It doesn't look like the rap or anything. It'll just be like 1 million followers, blue check. They'll DM me and just be like, "Yo," I'm like, "What the fuck do you want? Like? What do you want?" Like,
I've had that before.
So random.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. It's always some fucking like Spanish guy who's like, I don't know. It's just weird. But yeah, I would say, building your brand is definitely the best thing you can do for your career.
Yeah, I think it kind of gets slept on how, like, obviously the product has to be to a certain standard, but a lot of the times producers, especially new producers, they focus like it has to be the beats that are super, super fire, and they just totally forget about the branding side and like the marketing side. Whereas, you do have to like obviously have a good product, but at the same time, like you do need to be out there, like you do need to be active.
Yeah, so exactly. It's just for like, Roddy Rich all the time. Like this guy might have it, you know what I mean? Or like, you might not even be the best person to hit up for it, but you might just be top of mind, and then you get that opportunity. So,
100%.
It's definitely dope. But I think the ultimate like cheat code is like you have both. Like you could be just like thought of as like this amazing producer, like just like crazy music, all that stuff. But then at the same time, you also have a crazy brand. Those two together, then it's like you're unstoppable.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of been my motto. Like I always wanted to be like I wanted to have like the quality of like a Q Beats like industry guy. Like my loops are like really like sick, but at the same time I'm like doing the stuff that you guys are doing and Kyle Beats and Simon Servita. Like I wanted to be like both at the same time, which is fucking hard as shit to do. Like,
It is, man. How
yeah.
much time do you think you actually spend perfecting your craft? Because I'm sure, as you know, man, like trying to balance everything, like the website stuff, the YouTube stuff, and then making music on top of it. I feel like I don't spend a lot of time actually making music, but
Yeah,
how
that's
much
me
time do
too.
you
Like,
think you spend on average
I
actually cooking up loops?
so the way that I kind of make it work is I like, I don't know the right, I haven't really thought of a term for it, but I like section my days. So like
Hmm.
I'll have content day where I'm filming ads, reels, YouTube video, all that stuff. And then I'll also have a like days where all I'm doing is making music. I don't care about the business. I don't care about like any of that
Yeah,
shit. All I'm doing is like I'm making music. Then I have days where all I'm doing is working on like the back end business, like website, all that kind of stuff. And then also days where all I do is work on like making presets, making one shots, stuff like that for kits.
right.
So I would say the normal week I have like, well, right now I'm finishing a big kit, so a lot of it is like working on that kit. But if it was a normal week, I would say like one day for business where like all I'm doing is working on like ads, all that kind of stuff. Um, one depending on the video, like some of the scripts take like a whole day to write, like if I really want to do it well,
Yeah.
and then like another day to film. But on average, I would say like one day for content. Um, and then I usually have one day where just like random shit has come up throughout the week and I just like do like random tasks. And then the rest of is like 3 days. And then the other 4 days are like making music, working on kits, that kind
So
of
no
stuff.
days off.
Right now, no. So I used to take Wednesdays off and just hang out with my
Yeah.
girl, and like plan my next week. But right now, my income has been going down, and I'm trying to finish this big kit. So I'm just like, yeah, like I gotta
Yeah.
lock in
Just
for a
grind
while.
mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now I'm doing that. But yeah, typically it'd be like 2 or 3 days a week I'm making music only ish. So
Right.
yeah, like definitely not as much as I want to. Like there's days where like fuck, like I really don't want to work on this stupid fucking business shit or film this video. I just want to like cook up.
Yeah.
Like I heard this crazy sample the other day. I want to like make something like so. Yeah, it's definitely a struggle. I don't know if maybe it's just me, but like bro, I procrastinate filming so hard. Like it'll be on my
Oh, me
like
too, man.
on my like I'll just be sitting here and I'll be like I'll have on my to-do list like edit the script a bit and then like film the video for the morning. And then all of a sudden I've been up since 6 and it's like 10 in the morning and I'm like,
Yeah.
I start filming this shit like
Yeah. You check your emails, you end up watching something
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
anything
Yeah.
distracts you.
Anything,
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, I fucking I just
Now you got the dog. Now you got the dog as well. It's gonna be.
yeah,
Yeah.
I fucking I don't want to say I hate doing YouTube. I hate filming. I love whenever I see the video come back and it's like I'm like, oh, that's fire, like this is a good
Yeah.
video. But oh my god, like writing the script and like filming, I just fucking I'll do anything to like get out of doing that shit. But yeah,
Well,
unfortunately,
you used to do cook up videos, didn't you? Because I remember watching a lot of your content where you more like breaking down like how to make loops, for example, rather than a full script.
Yeah.
yeah. So
And
I used
they
to do
perform
those.
well, didn't they?
Nah, so I started doing well. To be fair, maybe now that I have a bigger brand, they would do decent.
Yeah.
But when I mean, I was dropping those videos and I had like 1,000 subscribers. But yeah, they were never really doing it. Like I think the biggest one that I dropped like 2 years ago has like maybe like 15K views, like maybe. So like I can get more than 15K views in a day on a video now. So it's just like
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it might just be. I actually wanted to ask you guys about that, like, because I feel like I'm kind of not stuck, but I feel like doing the whole like producer business niche can only take me so far, like numbers wise. Like I can't get what you have like two. How many subscribers do you have, Ocean? I know you have like 230 or something like that, right, Jay?
Yeah, I think about 230 now.
Yeah.
I'm probably like, I think I'm around, well, I might just be under like 480, 475 around that mark.
Yeah, that's fucking insane. You're 10 times what
Crazy.
I'm at. That's crazy. So like I just like how do you think I could like kind of scale to like a
What
bigger level?
what kind of content do you want to do? Like what's your Do you watch YouTube at all, or like, is there any other kind of content creators that you like and think I would rather do something like that?
Honestly, the only content that I watch on YouTube is Alex Hormozy, like the business
Straight
kind of
business.
shit. Yeah. So I like it's hard because like I love doing those business videos, but I know that there's only so many people who are interested in that in general, like business side of being a producer. But then also like a lot of it is this like I'm not reinventing the wheel every 2 weeks when I put out a new like my business mindset doesn't change. So it's like how many times can I say the same exact thing in these videos, you know, before people just get sick of it. So I'm trying to do less of those. Also, I feel like I'm trying to move away from like as scripted for every single video just because of like the time element, but I still want to put out I don't want to use that as an excuse to just like put out shitty videos that I'm not trying on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like I feel like I'm trying to find ways that are like it's easier to stay consistent doing it, but that are still like gonna get good views and are good videos. So I feel like I'm open to doing anything, but I've tried a couple videos like the kind of like the more fun like challenge ones that you guys will do, where it's like 3 producers, 1 sample, or like all that stuff. But they just have like they've never clicked with the audience that I've built. I feel like I've built maybe like I feel like part of it is good. It's like I feel like I have like serious producers who follow me because they want to like learn
Yeah.
about business stuff, and they're more like they might be more likely to buy kits and stuff because they're like more they're more willing to invest. But at the same time, there's only so many of those people. You know what I mean?
You said that you didn't really like the script writing part, I guess, of the videos and also filming it. Have you thought about maybe just hiring a script writer to do the whole script for you, and then maybe even
I've thought about it, but I don't know where to look for someone like that.
It's quite niche, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll send you a
Yeah.
guy after. I've never had a script writer myself because it's hard for me to script a lot of the videos that I've done in the past. But I've spoken with other content creators who kind of just outsource the whole process to the point where they just sit in front of the camera and they're just the vehicle that gives the information.
So they're pretty much just like an actor almost. Like
Almost, yeah. Like they've built up their brand so much that they're able to just hire a script writer. They have the setup there, so they just turn on the camera. So they say the script, then they just pass it off to the editor. The editor chops it, makes it all flashy and shit. They don't even post it. They put someone else posts it. Some
Yep.
other guy does the thumbnail. They kind of run it like a business, like a startup.
Yeah, that's what I would love to be doing. Like I've wanted to have someone writing, but I feel like, well, with a lot of the things like the business side of stuff for like producers specifically, I wouldn't really trust anyone to write like at least like word for word write it. There's no way because I
Yeah.
feel like I would feel guilty giving advice out on stuff that like I haven't even done or like no experience
I
with.
hear you.
So for that stuff, I feel like a lot of those videos a lot of times are easier for me to do because actually those are the easiest videos to do that are like scripted because I don't even have to like record my screen or like the fucking DAW crashes because of VST like because I fucking I hate that side of it like all that but whenever it's just like me like talking head like I'm literally I don't even have my fucking DAW open and just like talking to the camera. Those are easier to do. But yeah, I feel like I've definitely looked or like wanted to look into getting a script writer to maybe not even like write out the whole script, but to just like give me like a video idea. Like maybe if it's just like the bullet points of like what the video could be about and like topics and stuff like that.
You got Chat GPT for that.
Shit. I've tried, but I feel like some like a lot of them are just kind of like it just sounds like robotic.
Too generic.
It's
too generic. It's like it's just like knowledge that everyone already knows, you know. But
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but
we always talk about this with like the content side of things as well, though. With like what type of content we should be making, and we've kind of said like depends what your goal is as well. Like if you're trying to get more kit sales from it, then maybe like the good way to do content would be to show people what you're doing. Like that's why I was saying, do you not do like the loop breakdowns anymore? Because you'd think that would be like the perfect avenue for you. But then, because if you focus more on like the entertainment side and like growing a YouTube channel, I feel like that could hinder kit sales because you're focusing too much on entertainment and you're not really using the kits and loops and things like that. So I guess it depends like
Yeah.
what your goal is and what you could like what you enjoy actually making, because that's going to be the thing that determines how long you can do it. Because if you hate doing
Yeah.
something, then you're just going to get burnt out after a while, right?
Yeah. I think that I like doing the business videos from time to time whenever I have like ideas in my head that I want to like share with people or new things that I've learned. Because one, they may not be like the craziest videos that pop off from me, but they always do like pretty well. So I know that they're
Yeah.
gonna do decent. But I also know that they like they actually help people. Like I've talked to people who like literally can like went from like not being able to make any money off music to like living full time off of it from like doing
Yeah.
stuff that I talked about. So that's just like cool for me to do. But yeah, I think like with kid sales and stuff, like it definitely makes sense to do more like cook up kind of videos. I feel like I've probably just been in my head like all like I moved past doing like those like
Yeah.
cooking up a beat for Drake kind of videos. But I don't know, maybe I'll try those again because they've been working for you this whole time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I had a similar thing where I was just making drill stuff for a long time, and I was getting burnt out because I was like, man, there's only so many ways I could show someone how to
Yeah.
make a drill beat. So then I switched it up. I didn't go like completely the opposite direction, but I just switched up the genres a bit and just even did some like boom bap stuff. But even those videos have performed well. So there's ways you can kind of pivot without going like too far off track, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, they still work. But we've also been
honestly-
noticing a lot of people just make more casual content as well. Like Nick Mira, for example,
Yeah.
he's been posting a lot of stuff where it's like not much production behind it. It's just like cooking up in his kitchen, just kind of talking, kind of relaxed. And like his videos have been performing quite well. They're always popping up in my feed.
Yeah.
And that got us thinking, like we were speaking at the beginning of the year about like where content is going, like what we think producers are watching. And we have been noticing that a lot of people have been liking just natural stuff. Like I don't know if you've seen LLB's recent videos, but he kind of made the shift of just kind of like just switching the camera on, just talking, keeping it natural, nothing forced. And we were just wondering, like maybe people are liking that more human aspect of it rather than things being so like scripted and robotic, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I've
sure.
started like whenever a video is fully script, like writing the script fucking sucks, but whenever it's fully scripted, it's actually really easy to film because I literally just like,
Yeah.
I don't have to think about what to say at all. I just like say what's on the
course.
script. But I've been doing that more where it's like kind of bullet points. So it's like I've organized the video so I know like
Right.
it's gonna be entertaining and it's not like me rambling on about something nobody cares about. But yeah, it's kind of more natural. Like I'll just have a bullet point to go off of, and then yeah, just more human. But
Yeah.
I feel like I'm nervous to try one of those videos where it's just like
I think, man,
bare
like
bones.
honestly, I think you'll be surprised because you're gonna have your content that your core audience is gonna like, and it seems like it's a lot of business kind of producer content. But I think you kind of have to be a little bit fearless, where you just try something not necessarily completely different, but maybe a bit different from your usual style. It could flop, but if it doesn't flop, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Like you
opens up a
swung
whole
and
different-
it worked. It could flop, like I say, but like if you upload so much videos, it doesn't really matter. But when you do something different, you also open yourself up to being able to attract a new audience. So something that I was doing like the last couple of months, I would try like new genres, and some videos didn't work, but the ones that did like really worked, and it brought me like a completely different audience. Like I tried the Amapiano one, so it's all South African people watching, and that brought me like a lot of people from South Africa. Then I did a
Yeah, that
Brazilian
happened
one
to
that
me
brought me
too.
people from Brazil. Then I did like a house one, and it brought me like an electronic kind of audience. And
Damn.
some like if I went based on what my audience would tell me like what to do, they probably would never tell me to make a house track or a tech house track. So sometimes you kind of just have to just do your own thing and just see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I get too caught up in like like I'll ask like my Discord or shit for like which video they want, and they always choose the one. It's like how to make money, like every single time. So, because I mean, that's what like people want to know, how to fucking make money. They care more about that than how to make a fucking Drake R&B loop. Who cares?
Yeah, and they're the people that
like
found you in the first place from your first few videos, right? So like Ocean was saying, it's like there could be a whole other audience out there that haven't heard of you yet, but I guess you're only going to capture
like
that audience when you experiment.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's like a balance of, you got to please your audience, you got to please your community, but then also there's got to be some videos for growth where you're just swinging and seeing what happens.
Yeah.
But also like you enjoy it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I
There's
saw
just some videos.
You did the one recently where you like did the studio session with that dude who's like playing guitar and shit. That one went crazy, right?
Was that Ocean?
No,
you're one.
Oh, me. Oh, yeah.
The street performer. Yeah, that shit went crazy.
Yeah, the Busker one. I've been trying to keep that going. Because I did the one with the guitar player, and that was like one of my biggest videos in a long time. Like I've been, like I was saying earlier, was striking out 7 out of 10s, 8 out of 10s, and then I was just on holiday, just brought the camera. It was kind of did it on a whim, really, just kind of winged it, and yeah, like I said, did really well. So that sparked a whole new thing, and then I did 2 more like that, and those performed pretty well. But like I say, I mean, similar to what you said, it's just hard to like coordinate people constantly and to knock those out consistently, which is I'm still going to keep it going, but yeah, just making a little bit of a switch to like more personal, daily, raw content, and then occasionally throwing them in, so it's, you know, it attracts new people.
Yeah, that's dope. But yeah, like I mean, I do like interview videos sometimes where I'm like kind of doing what you guys are doing now, asking the questions, and even those like just a Zoom call, not even like in person meeting people, like those fall through sometimes. Like, I can't imagine like coordinating with like, I don't know. It just seems like a headache. How with those? Do you still do those videos, Ocean, where you like have the session musicians come into the studio?
Not so much, just because the like going towards the end of that series, it didn't really perform as well. And it was really expensive hiring those musicians. Some of them costing me grands, man. So
really,
I didn't want to keep doing that and the video not performing. I definitely wasn't making profit off those videos, like the AdSense in terms of like hiring them.
Damn. So that's crazy to me, because you paying them and like thousands of dollars. That's crazy. Because bro, I'll pay on Fiverr, bro. I'll pay like $25 for like 4 minutes
so
of
cheap
phrases.
I've done the same
and
thing.
They're sick. So
I hate you, man.
I don't know, but and fucking they're great for selling in kits. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, that's definitely the more
it was good fun,
cost-effective way.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. And you probably learned like a bunch of shit working with all those.
I definitely don't regret it, because it was good for the videos, and I think it was just good to kind of showcase them as well. Try and then just merging of the worlds, like usually something completely random with drill.
Yeah.
It was always fun to see, like they'd just be playing some like classical whimsical ass shit, and then you just flip it into a drill beat.
Man, the craziest one was
the
like
reactions were always good, weren't they?
Yeah, that one we had like the Mexican guys come through.
Oh my god,
I think that was on at the same time. Yeah,
that was so vibes, man.
The mariachi one.
When they played
there
that
was
stuff
that one
as well,
girl.
I was like, "Fuck, how am I gonna flip this? This is so mariachi."
What's the root note? What's the bass notes for the 808?
Yo, can you send me the MIDI, bro? Oh my god. That's fucking funny.
Man.
But yeah, I've been trying to think of ways to grow my audience like that too. But one thing that I've been focusing on recently, I'm not 100% sure that it's gonna pay off like crazy yet, but I think it will, is like growing my email list, but more than just like in the background, like having an automation on the website. Like I've been like, I don't know if you've been seeing my Instagram, like I've been actively posting to like comment fire for the free kit, the ManyChat shit, and then and then get them on the email list. Like I don't know what your guys' numbers on email and stuff are. I'm sure they're bigger because you guys just have bigger audiences, but like I got 5,000 leads last month from just like Instagram posts and shit.
ManyChat is a gem.
That ManyChat works wonders.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's not just been like free kits. Well, the one thing, I don't know if you guys have Discords too, but oh my God, like Discord community kit is it's so easy, bro. Like I tell them to send loops in a channel for a community kit. I get, like, I think the last one had 400 loops in it, and I don't have to do any work except hire the graphic designer
I've been
to
meaning
make
to
a
do
cover
that.
art
I
for
keep
it.
telling them I'm going to do it.
Yeah, because it's like, for them, it's like free exposure. Like thousands of people are downloading loops with like their loops, but then like from like I get free lead magnets whenever I want them, like without doing any work.
Yeah.
So that's been super dope. But I've like not just free like sound kits and stuff, but I've been dropping like the PDFs. Like I did when it was like beginning, like New Year, I did like the producer blueprint or something like that, like blueprint for how to make money, and it's just like a 10-page PDF where I just like typed out like all these strategies you could do, and I plugged that in a video, and then I also plugged it on my stories, and my story views went up because I had the mini chat automation. It went up 5 times from like what I'm normally getting on my story views, and just like so the PDFs, like you could just drop a PDF with like my top 30 secret VSTs or some shit, and then like comment or like reply VST, and then you send them to a landing page that collects their email. Like I do shit like that all the time. I have story posts now scheduled out till May on my account with like many chat like automation. That was Ryan's idea.
Crazy.
Ryan's the fucking goat.
Do you have an instant upsell after that PDF, or is the upsell in the emails that you're sending out?
No, it's so like when they type in their email and like send me the PDF or whatever, it takes them to my $7 kit that I just put out recently. So I don't know if that's real. I need to ask Ryan if that's converting because we just turned that on. But I guess probably do need to convert them quickly. So I think we do have automations like in the email too. That's like if they downloaded a free whatever, in whatever amount I don't know. Ryan sets all that shit up. I don't really know what's going on, but I know I asked him to set up that, and I think he did. So, But do you work with Heat and Ryan too, LB?
Nah, not at the moment. I was thinking about it maybe like 6 months ago, but at the minute it's just not viable for me at the minute. Like financially, it's just
whenever I have a big month, I always like. I'm like, I know that they earned that, they did their like
they're taking
the
it.
Shit. But I'm like fuck, like part of me, I know it's just like the part of my brain that's like hardwired to like try to not lose stuff, but it's like whenever I hit a big month like $40,000 in kit sales, then I'm just in the back of my mind I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna pay them so much money at the end of this month. Like,
Ryan, I've got to pay you now.
Fucking Ryan.
I feel you. But then if you think about like if you weren't doing that, then having to hire someone full time, you might end up paying them like even more, especially with all the different hats that they have as well.
Yeah, and they build the website. They fucking like, it's a no brainer. Like they for sure like provide the value. Like they earn that money for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, or Ryan actually, the whole thing started with me. He fucking. I was seeing his videos on like him talking about marketing for beat sales and email marketing and stuff. And I was like, damn, it would be amazing to have like someone like him who understands the producer space, but is also really interested in the marketing to like help me. And then I was talking to Dilly about it, and he was just like, why don't you just hire him to do it? And I was like, huh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I got on a call with him. And then he started doing that for me, and we did the same deal. I don't know what he does with you guys, but with me, they take 25% of whatever the email makes, or well, now that we do launches, if the launch, that whole deal that they do. But yeah, he was just running it by himself while he was like working under Heat. And then I think Ryan thought of the idea like, yo, like what if we do this for all the big like the YouTube producers who are selling kits, and then they're gonna be making a fucking big bag, because like as long as we keep growing, they're gonna fucking their income will keep growing.
And I know they're working with a lot of people
shit
now as well. Working with producer grind, like a ton of people really.
They're going fucking crazy. I want to get on Psymatics level though. Oh my god, those guys are fucking
killing it, man.
Yeah, I feel like those guys are just
people
killing it in the sample pack world.
I talked
and they've been doing it for time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I talked to
Yeah.
Steven on the phone, and he was telling me, which I still am kind of torn on. He was pretty much telling me like, I feel like most of the time I get praise from people like, damn, like, how do you do all this stuff? Like, it's crazy. But he was telling me, he's like, you'll never beat me, or you're never gonna get on my level because you're doing too much stuff. Like, he's like, you're not gonna beat Kyle Beats, you're not gonna beat Q Beats, you're not gonna beat Metro, you're not gonna beat me all at the same, like, because
Yeah.
I'm putting 100% towards only this. I'm not worried about placements or any of this other stuff, and you're trying to do all of it. But then the other part of me is like, but I don't know, like, that's what got me here,
Yeah.
and like,
Yeah.
it's working. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn on that, but
It's kind of hard because you kind of have to like. There's so many different balls to juggle. It's almost like placements give you that credibility to then help your kit sell, and then your kit sell because you're getting placements. So it's kind of like they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So it is kind of hard, especially if you're technically a one man band.
Yeah, and placements are fun. Like, it's so fun. To, like,
who doesn't want placements, right?
Yeah, like, they're so fun to like the. I remember the first big placement I got was, well, it was actually kind of crazy. It was 2 on the same night. Lil TJ Beat the Odds, and then the Future and SZA song on the DJ Khaled album. I didn't
These were
know
your
that
first
the
2
Lil TJ one
placements.
was dropping that night. Yes, and well, I had like placements before, but those were like the first 2 that like were like major artists, and they dropped the. So like, yeah, I went from having like almost no big credits to like in one night Future, SZA, DJ Khaled, and Lil TJ. So yeah, that was
crazy, man.
That was fucking crazy. Man. But I remember like I was so scared because I didn't have a contract yet for the DJ Khaled one, but TM88 told me that it was on the album. But like I still was not sure, and then I remember I clicked like play on the album, or like the song on the album that I thought was mine, and I heard my sample. I immediately like paused it and started running around the house, fucking like the whole day.
What a
I
moment!
was just trying to yeah. But then I heard that. It's funny. I didn't even
got
care
nominated,
about the
right? That album.
Yeah, that's what I got, the one for the song individually, and then one for the album.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That one was.
How long have you been producing before that as well?
I'll say I got that in 2022, and I've been producing for 7 years. So, 5 years or so.
7 years. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's a good amount of time. It's not like it was your first second year or something.
Yeah. No. It took me like a year to learn where to put the snare in a beat. Like, I just put them like it just like random. I was doing the drill pattern before drill was even a thing. Yeah. Fucking, I was doing some dumb shit, bro. But yeah, because I started making beats because I wanted to be a rapper, and I was like, I didn't want to buy beats, so I was like, I'm gonna make my own beats.
Classic producer story. That was the same for me.
And then I realized that I fucking sucked ass at rapping, but I was like kind of decent at making beats. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just. Have
you still got your raps out there?
So do you ever record anything?
I think I did. I put them out. I feel like I took them down because I was embarrassed. Like, they were so. I wish now, like looking back, I wish I kept them so I could laugh at them and show them to people. But I remember. I do remember. I had my first beat on SoundCloud still, and I remember I've been with my girl since we were 14, so I've been with her the whole time. And I remember because we were back in like middle school, high school. Like, the thing was to like go to the mall to get like on a date. You know what I mean? I remember how not my AirPods, the old like wire Apple earbuds. I had one in, and I was listening to my beat on repeat on SoundCloud the whole time I was hanging out with her. Yeah, it's fucking. But yeah, I used to be like straight A student. I played ice hockey. I was on like I think we were like ranked 30th in the nation or something. Like, I was.
Oh wow!
Like, I played competitive sports. I was like straight A, like the dream kid, and then like I started making beats. I was like, I want to drop out of school. I started getting D's, and like, yeah, it was.
Oh man,
teenage years were definitely like a power struggle between me and my parents. But then by
I was
the time
gonna
I
ask
was
if
like,
your parents supported that.
my dad has supported me from the jump. Like, I was like, I want to quit hockey and do this. He's like, okay, like, sounds good. But my mom, not like, me and my mom are all good now, but there was definitely some years where it was like, it was a power struggle. Like I would fucking be ditching classes and shit. Finally, well, I tried to drop out because I was on the phone with my friend and I was like, I thought the legal age to drop out was 18. So I was like, I can't even do it if I wanted to. But then we looked it up, and in my state, it said it online. It said 16. And then I was like, oh shit, bet. And then that day I told my parents I was dropping out of school. And then they were like begging. And I told them that I looked up the law or whatever. Like, luckily they didn't double check because it turns out that was wrong and I wasn't old enough at the time to drop out anyways.
Holy shit.
They talked me off the edge, and then I did online school for that last year, and I just I graduated early, and I just cheated my way through online school the whole fucking time. Just cheat for an hour a day on school and then cook up for the rest of the time. But yeah, like the whole, because I was already, when I was like 15, 16, I was already making like $1,000, $2,000 a month on BeatStars, like with my beats. So it was like, I felt like I was wasting time. I was like, damn, like I'm only working at night or on the weekends on my beats and shit. Like I could be making so much more money if I was doing this fucking 100% of the time. So yeah,
you must see it now though, right? Like your parents, they must. I was gonna say,
like my dad makes super good money. He's a pilot for United and he runs an investment company at the same time. Oh, I gotta restart this.
Wow.
But I'm catching up to making like the same amount of money that he's making now. So it's cool to just be. I remember when I first started making like decent money. And I started making more than teachers make, and I was like, "Yeah, fuck you, like fuck you." Like, the classic.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, but yeah, I hated school. Like, I hated school once I felt like I had better things to do than go to school. I think if you drop out of school to fucking smoke and play games, like, fucking loser. But I feel like if it's to like pursue something, I don't know. Maybe dropping out of high school might be a bit wild, but definitely like skipping college, I think is not a bad decision if you're doing something else.
Nah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, yo, man, I don't want to keep you any longer because I know you probably got about 1,000 loops to make today. So
yeah. I've actually got 2,000 today, so
Double time.
We appreciate you for coming on, man. I feel like that was
sure.
a
Sick to meet you, man.
Yeah, sick to meet you too, bro. All right, I'll catch you.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that. Much love for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next one.
All right, peace.